What's up, everybody? I'm the Mangoose. You are awesome, and the Myth Spotlight for Malaya has been released. Now, while Ethereal is in no way a Paragon successor, I can't help but think that with her kit and her playstyle, she will be very much like Shinbi was in Paragon, and Shinbi was a hero that I loved. You get in, you sustain yourself while dealing damage for as long as you can, and then peace out when things get hairy. I was already all about Malaya, but I'm even more interested in her now after the Spotlight. As with Dante, we start out with a good look at her character model while we learn about her lore. Malaya was the first myth to receive the overhaul when Undying changed the game from an anime art style to a more realistic appearance that we have now. My girl looks good though. It'll be interesting going forward to compare Malaya's model to some of the myths that were reworked later down the line to see if and how they improved. One thing that's a bit noticeable here is that she has hands that can palm a frickin' wrecking ball. Them mitts are huge. We see here that her archetypes are duelist and fighter, so she's meant to sustain herself in the backline while excelling at 1v1 fights. This is what I built her around when I did my experimental item set for her. I don't know if that build is going to be good or not, but at least I had the right concept in mind. I think with the way she'll be played that CC will be her bane. I always took Hunter's Guile on Shinbi to avoid CC, and I'll probably end up taking Mark of the Sentinel Hunter on Malaya. Even though she has anti-crowd control baked into her kit, I'm going to want that extra CC immunity. Malaya's passive is Garnet Soul. Her basic attacks apply a stack, 1 for minions and 2 for myths, and the stacks max out at 10. Upon reaching full stacks, your next basic attack deals extra damage, splashes in an area, and heals you. This seems like a great passive for jungling as long as these stacks apply to you and not the target. I can't imagine it would take more than 10 hits to kill a minion. But anyway, from the way they worded things, I believe that's the case. It also may be a good strategy to prime your stacks in the jungle and then gank the lane and get it to full stacks and get that extra damage on whoever you're trying to gank. Two more things about the initial ability here. The setting is the Fire Wyvern Pit, so that's kind of cool. Second, her target is Talos, who seems to be twice as big as her. So I'm thinking that since Malaya was Dante's target, maybe the next spotlight we get will be for Talos. I hope so. His lore is badass. As was prophesied, this Wheel of Pain is for Malaya's special called Hunt of the Dashi. You pick someone, mark them, and then you get extra gold and XP upon kill or assist. I like the assist part. Something they didn't mention in the video, but is on the website, is that if they kill you, they get the extra gold and XP. The special abilities will all have like a risk-reward component. This one seems pretty easy to manage though. The times you execute someone will far outweigh the times that they get the drop on you. It does sound like you won't be able to pick on one person though. You won't be able to mark the same target for a while after you kill them. I like that they tagged that on there because Malaya mains would just be out there farming the new guy all day. Next up is Razor Claws. The video says that you passively get increased attack speed and then upon activation, you apply a bleed to the target. When I first watched, I assumed that she would only get the attack speed when she activates the ability, but the way it's worded, it seems like just leveling this one up will give you attack speed. The bleed is considered magic damage, which I'm sure will be somehow important down the line. I would make fun of the Mortal Kombat blood flying everywhere UI element for the bleed, but for real, I don't hate it. It's a good visual indicator that lets you know that you're bleeding. I fucking hate, that's right, we're past the 1 minute mark, so here comes the F-bombs. But yeah, I fucking hate when there's a bleed effect in a game and either there's zero indication for it, or it's just like a tiny blip on your health bar. I would rather they overdo the bleed effect than underdo it. I also hope it applies to Atropos so we get like old faithful geysers of blood coming out of that dude. Now comes Retribution. This is a shield, but it doesn't function in the way I predicted. The shield eats a certain amount of damage, yes, but if hit with a crowd control ability, the shield breaks and you get bonus movement speed. The shield only lasts for a certain amount of time, and they didn't indicate how long that time would be. I imagine good use of Retribution will separate the good Malaya players from the turds that use it to soak basic attacks. And now that I said that, I'll probably be one of those turds. Something interesting here, we don't see where the damage is coming from. She just gets hit with some rocks by an invisible opponent. My theory is that it's Talos' Get Down ultimate. They just didn't want to reveal that yet, so they removed him from the picture. I also like the UI element for speed boost, the little blue circle around her feet. And now we have Crimson Dash. Remember how I said she reminds me of Shinbi? Well, Crimson Dash allows you to dash through a target and deal damage. It also has 2 stacks. However, while Shinbi had to reactivate her dash within a certain time frame to get the second one, it seems Malaya can use hers whenever she wants. This was pointed out by Laviv2 in Jellynee's Discord that at the end of the dash animation, we can see a jungle camp in the distance. This is something we have yet to see from Undying Games, is what the jungle minions will look like. These ones, at least, look like lizard people or something. Malaya's ultimate is Undying Garnet. Activating this makes Malaya unkillable for 2 seconds. She can't be brought below 1 health, and she also gets increased lifesteal during that time frame for like a little bit after that you activate it. This is going to be awesome for baiting people into wasting abilities on you, and it makes for one scary opponent. She'll be able to stick to people like Gorilla Glue and a hairdo, cheat death, and be able to shield crowd control. Really seems like there isn't much you'll be able to do to escape a good Malaya. Boom! Right here we see Atropos in his final form. The end-state plan for Atropos, Atropos is the main neutral objective in Ethereal, but he's supposed to be a 3-stage encounter, but for the alpha, we just get his 3rd stage. Looks like they took my advice and let my girl roam during the item section here. And finally, we get to see the Cyberpunk Malaya skin at the very end. I thought these end portions were emotes, but Jelly has convinced me that this is like the myth's back animation. God, it's really hard to say the word myth in a sentence. In either case, I do love this skin, even though I voted for Empress Malaya back in the day. And there we have it, Malaya's kit, something I've been waiting to see for years. Things seem to be coming right along for Ethereal. Hopefully, we'll be getting one of these a week, and if we're right, Talos will be up next. Let me know what you think of Malaya in the comments below. Like the video if you're horny, and subscribe if you haven't already. For now, this is the Man Goose signing off. You guys have a good one. Mango.